Hello again, welcome back to SolidWorks Tutorials. I'm Ryan, your host, and this is another exercise video for our intermediate users. This is exercise number 5. I know in the previous video it was number 4, but the drawing sheet said number 5 by mistake. So this is the real exercise number 5. So the main purpose of this exercise that we are about to do are two things. One would be reusing one sketch for multiple times to do different geometries out of one single sketch, and second would be to use the offset in the extrusion boss extrude in the features tab. So we learned these two things the most. The rest of the video is just normal practice. The part is a little bit challenging at first, but it's nothing difficult, okay? And make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Visit the website, download the drawing sheet before you watch the video so you can practice with me. This is the part we are gonna do, and this is the drawing. Let's get to it. As always, the approach we take when we see a drawing like this, we have to find our base geometry and focus on that, build it first, extrude it, then we get to the details. Over here, I see almost 2 base geometries, or 3 base geometries. You can either take this one here as the first base, or you can take this one as the base, or you can take the whole thing as the base, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draw this geometry approximately, then go on to dimensions, apply dimensions using the smart dimension one by one, and making the sketch go fully defined. So let's get to it. First things first, I'm gonna select front plane, activate the sketch. So I'm gonna place this big circle over here on the origin point. I can see one outer circle over here. We have one inner circle over here, so 2. We have 1, 2 here. We have one outer, one inner, 2 here, 2 here. All right, so let's just do that. Circle. This is the main one, one big one, one small one, one big one, one small one, one big one, one small one, and the same again here. Draw these straight lines over here. We have to go tangential to this one and to this one, again between these two, between these two, and between these two. So I'm gonna select line, connect it to the circle. Sometimes when you click it, it's not tangential, but I haven't figured out why. Sometimes I can make it like this, go like this, tangential. And if I place it on the circle, I see this point, which is tangential on both. Again, on the bottom, I believe when I click on the circumference of the circle, I move my mouse immediately away from it, it goes tangential. Like if I click on it and stay there and then move, it's not gonna be tangential. But if I click on it and move immediately, yes, this is the trick. I figured it out just right now with you. So again, these two tangential. Yes, it works every time. Tangential. Somewhere around here. Tangential. And also here. Was I not too fast? Oh, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Wait, I also have to move away really fast. Yeah. So tangential, something like that. Now let's just apply some relations by holding the control key down, making these two horizontal first, these two vertical, because obviously they are on top of each other, so we make them vertical, and leave the rest like that. And going back to the drawing to find out some dimensions. This outer circle is defined here. The radius is 50, so the diameter is 100. The inner one is this one, radius 40, so 80. Going to smart dimensions, you apply 100 and 80. Okay, go back, and the distance between these two is 200, so let's do that. 200. Let's go back, The outer diameter of this circle is 50, and the inner diameter of this hole is defined in this cross-sectional view, section AA over here, 25. So you apply dimensions again here, 50 and 25, fully defined. That's awesome. Over here, the outer radius is 12. So let's do that. This one is 12. I have to put this one on the inside. Now I can see that this one and this one, holding the control key down, should be equal. And this one goes inside as well. Now the inside circle has a diameter of 13 millimeters or whatever unit you're using, because this is section BB, which you can see it's from here to here. It cuts the part in this way, and you can see this hole has a diameter of 13. So let's do that. This is 13, and I just realized this was not 12. The radius was 12 in the drawing, so it had to be 24. Now it makes more sense. This one and this one are also equal. I hold the control key down, don't forget that. What else do we see here? We see the distance from the center of this circle over here to the center of these two, which is 255.5. Let's do that. That will be from here to here, 255.5. Boom. Looks good. And the distance between these two, the vertical distance, is 192. So let's do that. 192. And like this. Now I assume, yes, I assume right, it's not symmetrical yet. Let's just make them symmetrical. I'm gonna go ahead here, select center line, draw a horizontal line from this center to this center, so it would be fully defined already. Pick the first point, hold the control key down, pick the center line and hold the second point and click on symmetric over here. Now it's fully defined. Doesn't look bad. I would like to go ahead and draw this inner line over here as well, and also here. I want to draw that. Although you don't have to do it now, this is the way I'm gonna do it. You may choose to do it differently. You may choose to extrude the part first, then draw it and take it from there. I see the offset from this line is 10. I would assume it goes here, and the radius for the fillet over here is 5. You've got 4 of them. So to do this, I'm gonna go to offset, set it at 10, which is already at 10. Pick this line. I don't need bi-directional, only one direction is okay. So you click OK. Do it again on the other side, reverse, and click OK. Now we select trim entities to get rid of this excess material, because this line has to stop over here. It doesn't go into the circle. Let's see, it doesn't go into the circle. So you just get rid of that excess material here, here, and here. And now you are set. So going back to this radius over here, you can extrude the part first, then use fillet to do this, or you can just do it during the drawing. Fillet would be easier. Let's stick to that. This looks good. Now I'm gonna move ahead and do this one. Again, we have an offset of 10. Obviously the radius is 2.5. You've got 8 of them, 4 here and 4 here, and again you've got 8 on the back. Actually you've got 16 of them. So let's just do this. 10. You go to offset, it's at 10 already. You click OK. You get the trim entities, you trim the excess material away. The dimension is removed, so I re-add it like that. Offset, trim, offset 10, then trim like that and like that. Add the dimension once more because we just deleted it. 10. So far so good. Okay, no, it's not good because we have to repeat it on the other side. Let me see if I can use a mirror. Yeah, this is faster. Now we have this as our base geometry, right? Let's just go extrude some of them and we come back and do these holes and other details. So starting from this part, the circle on the left, I can see in this cross-sectional view that the extrusion is 52. So let's go ahead, go to features and extrude this one for 52. Okay, now this sketch is gone. In order to reuse it and see it again, you're gonna have to open this past extrude you just made, click on the sketch once and go to extrude again. Now I can reuse the very same sketch. This big circle over here, I can see the height of that is 50. So they are the same over here, same level, and it's 50. So we can do that. From one side they're the same, from the other this is 2 millimeters shorter than this one. Again, we need the sketch, so click on it. Let's just do this one. This one is interesting because the thickness of this bridge is 10 and the height of this bridge from the starting point is also 10. So the extrusion doesn't start at the bottom. You see there is like a cavity over here. It goes like 10 millimeters into the part and then it extrudes for another 10. We can see it over here. This is a very nice trick that I'm going to use. I hope you learned something new from this video. And if you're going to learn something new from this video, this is going to be this trick. So this bridge is supposed to be 10, but if I click OK, it's not going to be at the right place. So it has to be 10 millimeters off from this level. So we offset the from in the extrusion and set it at 10. So we pushed it 10 and extrude it for another 10. Now we click OK. So far so good. Going back to the drawing, we see that there are some edges over here, some walls. Again, we see it over here. And the wall itself is again 10. The wall is 10 backwards, not this way. It's backwards. That's all right. Let's do that. It means if I reuse this sketch and go to extruded bus, select the wall, set it at 10. It is at 10. And it has to be actually first, does it have to be like this? 10, 10, 20. Oh, okay. I made a mistake. I made a mistake in the previous step. This is 10, the wall, but the offset is not 10. The offset is different. The offset is a little bit more because we see this is the cross-sectional thickness, 10, the wall height, 10, and there is like a little bit of leftover material over here. Let's see if we can find out how much. Yes, we can. This is 27 from this level. So let's just recalculate the offset value. So if it's 27 and that's 10, that's 37, that's another 10, 47. So this is 3. So 10 and 3, the offset should have been 13. Let's just fix that. I don't need this now. Go here, edit the feature. Did you see how I edited it? Click on it once, select edit feature over here. Now set the offset to 13. Now it's better. Again, we need to reuse the sketch to do the walls. Extruded cut, select the walls. They should be at 10. Send them up 13. Flip the direction. If you flip the direction, it's not good. So I'll send them up another 10, 23. So it would be at this same level, right? And set it at 20. If this is confusing for you, do it like this. Change from to surface. It means now I have to define a surface as the starting plane of the extrusion. The sketch itself is on the bottom, but we want it to start from this level. So you select it here. Now you can set it to 20. Why 20? Because the first 10 is gonna be laid over on the thickness of the bridge, and you need another 10 on the top, like that. So you click OK, right? So you have this. I see that I chose the wrong counter because there are some cavities here. So I have to edit it again, click on this, edit feature, go to selected counters, activate it, and pick these small triangles over here, almost triangles, and click OK. Now we have come a good way. Now reuse the sketch once more and see how much we have to extrude these two parts. Okay, you can see also in this 3D view that the bridge on these two parts is a little bit thinner than the height of these two cylinders. So we can see the height of the cylinder is 50, while the height of this bridge is 40, starting from the bottom. So let's go to extruded bus first, pick this, this, and that. And obviously we don't want to forget about them again. So make sure you pick them up as well. There is also this. And that. Set this value to 40 and click OK. Now we reuse the sketch once more. Extruded bus. Now pick these two and set it at 50. Very well. Now we have to fill up these two cavities. Let's see how much of offset we have to do. It's best seen in this cross-sectional view over here in the section BB. The height is 15. So look, from this line, the depth is 15. And let me see the bridge itself. The bridge itself, I believe I haven't defined it. I don't see it. Go with 10, okay? This height over here is 10. By the time you download the drawing sheet, it's gonna be repaired. You're gonna see 10 in it, but in this version, there is a bug. So there is no 10 here. And 15 down from the upper one. So let's reuse the sketch. We said there is an offset of 15 and this is 10. You click OK and you have this like that, starting to get shaped. So there are some cavity, so there are some edges that we have to round up. For example, this one with a radius of 50, which is this one. 50, very well. Go back here. This edge over here, look, I saw that here. It's a 10 millimeter chamfer. When you don't see the angle, it's at a 45-degree angle. So that's a 10 chamfer. We can do it easily by going to here, select chamfer, set it at 10 and pick this edge and click OK, like that. So this is good. Let's see what we are missing. Over here, the edge is rounded by the radius of 50, same here. So instead of using a new fillet feature, I'm gonna go back, find this one, edit it, and add these two to that. Like this. Not to use too many features for no good reason. Go back here, see what we are missing. One thing that we are missing is that this offset was 10, but I can see this one looks more than 10. And the radius of that is actually defined here by 60. So you have to fix that. I believe from both sides, yes. So let's start from here. Select this surface as a drawing surface and select sketch in the pop-up menu, press space, make it normal too. Go to circle and draw a circle with a radius of 60. I'm sorry, I said radius of 60, so that's 120. And we're gonna use convert entities for these two, which turns the edges of these two highlighted surfaces into sketch that we can use. So I'm gonna go to features, extruded cut, and pick this and that like this. Extrude it up to surface over here like that. Now it's more like it. We have radius 5 over here, 4 of them, and we have radius 2.5 over here. Let's do them first. So we have radius 5. If I pick the second one, I will see this pop-up menu, which allows me to pick the ones that I want immediately. This is the version one I want, connected to end face two edges like this. Very well. On the other side, we don't have that, so just click OK. Perfect. And over here we had 16 radiuses of 2.5. Let's do this. Fillet 2.5. Pick the second one, and it will ask me about this. Maybe it was not the best option. This. No. Okay, this one. This one again. Yes. So you see all of the edges are highlighted. So we can click OK. Very well. It looks really good to this point, I have to say, but still there are more details to be done. For starters, pay attention here. This circle shouldn't be like this, completely hollow. It has actually two half beams that are supposedly hollow, and you have a bridge over here with a thickness of 6 that you have to add. These edges are rounded with the radius of 4, 6 of them, so 1, 2, 3 on this side, and 1, 2, 3 on this side, 6 of them. And there is a circle over here, and there is more detail about that circle in these two cross-sectional views and detail C. But start with the bridge first. Select this surface, and click on sketch. Now we can start drawing on that. First thing first, we need a bridge from almost this point here onward. I'm gonna go to offset, set it at bidirectional and 3, because each side gives me 3, and I will end up with a total of 6 like that. Draw a circle to close the end of these two like this, and we said we have another circle over here. Actually, it's more than one circle if you pay attention. It's like 1, 2, 3. This one also. So you need 3 circles. 2, 3. Let's just find the dimensions for these 3. The outer one, which is this one, should be defined, okay, here in detail C. With the radius of 25, it's the outer one that is connected to the bridge. So you go to Smart Dimension and set it at 50 because the radius was 25. Looks good. Make sure that this point and this point are in a horizontal relationship. You go back, you see the distance from the center of this circle to the center of this one is 225. So let's do this. Center of this circle to this, 225. Very well. The middle one actually is 40 and the inner one is 36 in diameter. So let's do this. This one was 40 and this one is 36, like that. Now these two lines are a little bit short, they fall a little bit short. To extend them, you can use Trim Entities. Trim Entities is also for extending as well. Set it to Power Trim, click on the line and start drawing like this. Like that, you cut the extent and you're good to go. Click OK. Start from the bridge first, go to Feature and extrude it up to surface like this and pick this surface. Now you click OK. You have the bridge almost ready. Now we have to reuse the sketch again. So we do go to features, but we don't know how much to extrude it yet. Let's figure that out. I think it can be seen over here. This one is this circle, right? Because you can also see it in this 3D view. It's a little bit hollow. It's like a cavity, and you have a rim inside. So the depth of these two rims is defined here, 5 and 7. So respectively 5 and 2. Let's do that. If I'm gonna go ahead with the outer one first, I will pick it. First, I will set it to offset from offset. It has to be 5 in the other direction, obviously. And it has to go offset from the surface because we picked the surface, and it also has to have 5 millimeters of distance from the surface. So look, our from is set to offset, and it has a value of 5. It means the distance from the starting point of the extrusion and the sketch plane is 5, meaning you have this 5 millimeters of cavity already you have created here. And in the direction 1, the end surface is set to offset from the surface, again with a value of 5. It means you end up 5 millimeters before reaching the surface. So if you click OK, you should be fine. However, it still looks funny. It doesn't look like a full circle. It means the inner cavity is cut off, while here we see a full circle. So for that, allow me to use the sketch again. This time I'm gonna go to extruded cut, select the counters, pick these two inner circles like that, and make it cut through all. Now that's more like it. Is it more like it? I don't know. No, it's not more like it. This is the outer one. Ah, I got it. This has to go out all the way. The next rim has to be offset 5 millimeters. My bad. So we just established that this has to reach this surface, and on the other side, this has to reach this surface. It's the next inner circle that has to be offset 5. So let's fix this, and we figure out which extrusion we use to create this by clicking on it. It gets highlighted here, so it's good. We can edit it over here. We don't need the offset. Sketch plane is fine, and we don't need this one, blind, or up to surface actually, to come to this level, and click OK. That's more like it. That's much more like it. We need to create the inner rim now. This time we do the trick with the offset at 5 and offset from the surface again at 5. Now we have to define the surface, which is this, and the counter, which is this and that. So 5 millimeters of distance over here and 5 millimeters of distance over here. Click OK. So the inner one, again, reuse the sketch, go to extrude. This time it has to be done at 7 millimeters of offset. Flip the direction, offset from the surface, set it at 7 and click OK. So this is it. This looks more like it. We can see that these edges are rounded with a radius of 4. Let's do that using Fillet. 4. Yes, all these 6 edges are highlighted now. You can select them one by one if you want to, but that's okay as well. It's a faster way. I believe we have some detailing to do over here. There are 5 holes sitting symmetrically on the circle. The 6th one is missing, meaning the angle between each one of them is actually 60 degrees. You can see it better in this detail. Each circle has a diameter of 5 and they're sitting at the distance of 12 from the center. So let's do that. Click on the surface and start drawing. So one circle here and one circle here with a radius of 12, which is diameter of 24. Now this circle has to sit on this one. I can change this one into for construction because we don't need it. We just need it for distance purposes. And we just said this one has to be 5. So go to features, extruded cut, and select through all. Click OK. Now we have to create 5 of them. The best way to do that is to go to features tab, select circular pattern, pick it, select the axis or a circular edge, create 6 of them, setting at equal spacing. You can go to instances to skip, pick the 6th one, so you will end up with 5, and you can click OK. And I believe we are finished over here. So don't forget, this one, the thickness of these 2 bridges was 10. Apparently I didn't put it in this drawing. This one, this thickness is 10, just like this one. And once you finish your part, you have to come up to these values. Just check it with mass. You have to come to this value 649.88 without defining any material. Let's just do a final check. We have done this, we have done the roundings, sure. Is there anything that we might have missed? This value, no, we did it. 40, we have it here. This 40 and this 40 are the same. And yeah, I think we're good. Yep. Now make sure to go to the website. In the description below, you will find the download link. Sign up for free, download the drawing sheet, come back to this video and start practicing. This part is a little bit messy. The drawing is too many dimensions are there and too much going on, but again, this part is not that difficult. I'm Brian, and let me know what you think, and I hope to see you next week.